And now, the show that you've been waiting for. That Boy Can Cook. The only show that shows you how to eat great and still lose weight. With your host, Trenell Blanks. Hi, and welcome to this episode of That Boy Can Cook. I'm your host, Trenell Blanks. From my kitchen to yours, the only show that shows you how to eat well and still lose weight. Eat well and still lose weight. I'll be showing you some meals from my 600 calorie or less menu. These are the things that I eat on a day-to-day basis. The first thing that I'm going to show you is pretty simple and easy to make. It's quick and it's affordable. So stay tuned for this particular episode where we'll be taking you through the savory roast beef au jus. And it's very, very savory. It's filling. And it's a sub that you can make. And really the sub itself is around 500 calories, making the 600 calorie menu. So how did I lose weight? Let me tell you a little bit about myself real quick. About 4 months ago I weighed 248 pounds. As of today, which is less than 4 months later, I weigh 205 pounds. And I did all this eating this way and eating this good. And guess what? With no exercise. I said with no exercise. I'm serious. I'm talking about with no exercise. 40 pounds, less than 4 months with no exercise. You know, most of these programs that you get into, you have to have, you know, the Weight Watchers and all of that cool stuff that you see on TV. Well, yeah, of course they lost weight doing the Weight Watchers thing, but they didn't tell you about the personal trainer that they had as well that was assisting them with working out. I have nothing against exercise, and let's be serious. Most Americans just don't have the time, you know, for the gym time. And I'm one of those people. I'm a very busy person. And so what I wanted to do is work out something that worked well for me. And this is what worked well for me. This is how I lost over 40 pounds in less than 4 months. I stick to a 1,500 a day calorie count. And within that, I eat 5 times a day. So I also have 2 cheat days a week where I allow my body, anything that I was craving throughout that week, I'm able to go ahead and partake of that, because this is a lifestyle change and you don't want to starve yourself from all of the cool things that you like. It's okay to have some of those things, but just try to confine it into 1 or 2 days a week. So today what I'm going to walk you through is something that is quick, it is fast, it is hearty, and it is filling, and it's less than 600 calories. And it's our savory roast beef au jus. It's a sub. And so I'm going to actually have to send you to Walmart or one of your favorite grocery stores to pick up a few items, because this is not necessarily all from scratch. So stay tuned as we walk you through the things to get from your local supermarket on this episode of That Boy Can Cook. Stay tuned. Alright, so this is what you're going to need from your Walmart. This is your shopping list. Shouldn't cost you more than 10 bucks. You're going to need half a pound of roast beef sliced thin. And we're going to be using the peppered bacon covered roast beef by Elkridge Deli Bacon Lovers. It is a new taste. If you haven't tried it out, it's great. It's in your deli section. 1 pack of McCormick au jus gravy mix. You'll find that on the gravy aisle. 1 pack of mozzarella cheese. And then 1 pack of wheat sub. Now let's talk about your calorie count per serving per sub. 4 ounces of roast beef is 140 calories. 2 ounces of mozzarella cheese, 150 calories. The au jus gravy mix is 5 calories for the pack. We're going to be adding 2 tablespoons of flours, and a total of 60 calories there. Wheat sub, 220 calories. Total calorie count, 575 calories per sub. Okay, the first thing that you want to do is you want to take your au jus gravy mix by McCormick, and you want to dump that pack into a medium pot. Just like that. Excellent. Alright, next you want to take your 2 tablespoons of flour, and you know, I'm not going to fix it like the normal directions on the back of the gravy mix, because au jus is a light dipping sauce and it's a French sauce, but I like to thicken mine up for the meal that I'm creating. So we're going to use less water, and we're actually going to add flour, which is different than the directions. Alright, so now that we've added those 2 tablespoons, you want to set your temperature to medium high. Alright, now that everything is on medium high, you want to go back and mix in the flour and the au jus mix as your pot is getting warm. There you go. In a moment we will be adding 2 cups of water to this, so stand by for the water. Just going to make sure I mix this in really nicely. And there we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab those 2 cups of water that I have prepared here. And what I like to do is I like to only mix in 1 cup at a time. There we go. So I'm only going to add 1 cup there. And now I'm going to go back to mixing it up and blending it really nicely. This helps me eliminate the lumps, things like that happens. Alright, so while my pot is still heating up, I'm going to mix this in. Alright, now it's time for the next cup of water. There we go. Now if you don't know much about au jus, by definition it is traditionally referred to a dish of roasted meat that is served with its own juices. It is unthick, and that's kind of what distinguishes it from like the pan gravy. Alright, so we're just going to continue to mix that on in there, and we're gonna whisk it up until it actually turns to a boil. We want to make sure the gravy gets to a boil, and you want to continue to you know, just kind of mix it up, make sure no lumps are in there and that everything is mixed in together, so that when it gets to a boil here in a minute, then all we have to do is move on to the next step. Alright, there we go. And it is to a fast boil. That's where we wanted to get to. So our next step is to simply add in our slices of roast beef. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put in a ½ pound of roast beef. Now keeping in mind we're only going to be using 4 ounces on the sandwich itself, so that it's going to have some leftovers for you. So if you want to fix a sandwich now and a sandwich tomorrow or something like that, you'll be all set. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to drop my roast beef in here. There we go. Now this is that peppered bacon one that I was telling you about. It has just a different dimension to it, a different taste, you know, and really it's still low in cal. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn my temperature down to warm or low. I'm going to start mixing in and just kind of stirring in the roast beef. It's already looking great there. And, you know, I like hot sandwiches myself, so anytime there's an opportunity for me to make something hot, I love to do so, and this is part of making it a hot roast beef sandwich. Yes. Now that it's mixing in with the gravy all together. And I love this meal because really it only takes about 10 minutes. So this is if you're just getting off of work or if you're on lunch and you want something quick and hearty, this is going to be the meal for you. Alright, so I'm going to place that top on there securely. And now I'm just going to set my timer for 5 minutes. That's all we need, is 5 minutes. And remember that it's on low. We're just kind of letting it simmer in there. Now while that 5 minutes is going, you want to go ahead and just take your sub and slice it in half. Just like that. It's like it would at Subway.
Alright, now that my timer is down, I'm going to go ahead and turn everything off and open up my pot. Voila! Look at it, it's steamy, it's ready to go. You can tell that the au jus thickened a little bit. That's exactly what we wanted. This adds to the heartiness and the savoriness of the sub itself. Yes. Alright, so it's ready to go. All we got to do now is just get a fork and start piling on the roast beef. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get a fork there. There we go. Just going to get that and take a look at that. Look how great that looks. Oh my goodness, this is going to be good. Trust me. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and start placing my roast beef in my wheat sub that I have here. Now I'm going to take some cheese, and we're going to roughly use about 2 ounces of cheese. I'm going to sprinkle that on there. Yes, this is going to be great. Alright, so I got my cheese on there now. Next, I'm going to take a small, just like a small bowl, and I'm going to, take out some of the au jus gravy that I have there, because I'm going to be using that for dipping. And now I got it placed on my tray, and I'm pretty much ready to go. All I'm going to do now, the best thing to do is just go ahead and slice it in half for easy access there. There you go. And it just kind of makes for better dipping. So let's take a look at that sandwich. Just dip it on in there just like that. Good.
Alright, so here's the time that we've been waiting for, the taste test. So we're going to take the sub, dip it in the au jus sauce, and now have a bite. Oh man, this is delicious. Wow, you're going to love this one. Less than 600 calories, and it tastes great. This is absolutely wonderful. Wow. Let me know how yours turn out. Well, there you have it. Wasn't that simple? Wasn't that fast? And wasn't it delicious? Wow. That's going to do it for this episode of DAT Boi Can Cook. Join us next week where we'll be pulling another item off the 600 or less calorie menu. So stay tuned for that. I'm excited to be presenting all of these different items to you. So stay tuned next week with DAT Boi Can Cook.